So you're thinking about moving to East Tennessee. Maybe you're dreaming about mountain views, a slower pace of life, or just escaping the chaos of your current city. Well, before you make that move, there are 10 things you absolutely need to know. Things that will save you time, money, and a whole lot of frustration. Some of these will have you saying, I wish I knew that sooner. So let's get into it. Hey everyone, I'm Heidi Hines and welcome back to my channel. I help people every single day relocate to East Tennessee, places like Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Cosby, Wears Valley, and beyond. If this is your first time here and you're researching a move to East Tennessee, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. And if you're thinking about relocating, whether it's in 9 days or 90, go ahead and call or text me anytime. I love helping people make East Tennessee home. Let's start with the mountains because let's be honest, that's usually why most people start Googling moving to East Tennessee. But here's what most people don't realize. The mountains aren't just pretty scenery, they shape your entire lifestyle. For instance, travel times are different here. Something that looks like a 7-mile drive on the map might take 20 minutes in real life because of winding roads, switchbacks, and elevation changes all slow things down. Weather here changes fast. On the parkway it's sunny, but 10 minutes later at a higher elevation, you're in fog, rain, or even snow. Steep driveways here are a real thing. Some of the most beautiful homes have the steepest access. All-wheel drive is not optional for many properties, especially if you're buying in Gatlinburg, Wears Valley, or Cobbly Knob. Cell service varies. Verizon might be perfect, AT&T might be spotty, or the opposite depending on the ridge. Winter driving is different here. Even though East Tennessee winters are mild, you will get icy spots in the mountains. I remember when I first came to East Tennessee, I fell in love with a cabin online. But when I went to see it in person, I pulled up, I saw the driveway, no way. So those are the things in photos you just don't see. Okay, let's talk about short-term rental rules. They're completely different by city. If you're buying here because you want to Airbnb your property, stop. Listen to this. East Tennessee is one of the hottest short-term rental markets in the country, but every city has totally different rules. Gatlinburg, only existing permitted properties can operate as short-term rentals, and you cannot get new permits in most zones. Pigeon Forge is much more short-term rental friendly, but you must be in the correct zone and follow the fire sprinkler regulations. Sevierville, they're generally more flexible and it varies by subdivision. Wears Valley, mostly Sevier County jurisdiction, very short-term rental friendly, but can vary street by street. Cosby and Newport, it's great for affordability, but many HOAs ban rentals entirely. Some HOAs allow short-term rentals, some absolutely do not. So before you fall in love with a cabin, let me check the zoning and permit feasibility. I do this every day. The cost of living is lower, but not always cheaper. Tennessee has no state income tax. That alone brings people running. But I want to be honest with you about the actual cost of living. Property taxes are incredibly low compared to many states. People moving from New York, California, Illinois, they feel like they just got a raise. Now don't be surprised. Grocery prices are higher in tourist-heavy towns. Buying a steak in Gatlinburg costs more than buying one in Morristown. Of course, utilities vary. In some areas, you'll have a well and septic, propane tanks, or higher electricity use in winter for heating. Your insurance can be higher if you buy a log cabin or a short-term rental. Now, this goes without saying. Tourist areas inflate home prices. A cabin in Gatlinburg might be $800,000, and a similar house in Morristown might be $350,000. I had a buyer from New Jersey who nearly cried when they saw Tennessee property taxes until we talked about insurance on their cabin. That's when they laughed and said, okay, that balances out. Tourism traffic here is a love-hate relationship. You're moving to one of the most visited national parks in America. That means traffic and lots of it. The parkway is slow moving during peak tourist seasons. Fall colors, Christmas lights, all equal wild traffic patterns. Locals like myself, we use the back roads, but you'll learn shortcuts really fast. So off-season is peaceful. January, February, early March. You can drive through Gatlinburg like a local king or queen. But tourism is also what keeps our economy thriving. I always tell my clients the weekends belong to the tourists, but the weekdays belong to us. Utilities here work differently. In many areas, you're not getting city water and sewer. You're getting East Tennessee mountain living, well water. It's usually great quality, but you need a filtration system. Septic system, you have to maintain it. That's critical. Lots of homes rely on propane tanks for heat, and they get regular refill visits. If you work remote, you depend on good, fast internet. It might not be available where you're at. I use Starlink at my home, and it's a lifesaver. Power outages happen in storms, especially in more remote areas. So I always tell people about living here. Don't freak out if the house has well and septic. That's normal here. But you need to understand the maintenance of those items. Here in East Tennessee, we really do have all 4 seasons. One of the biggest selling points in East Tennessee is the weather, but it's also one of the biggest surprises. Our summers are warm, humid, but not unbearable like Florida or Nevada. The fall, absolute perfection. The mountains look painted. Our winters are mild in the valleys, and in the higher elevations, it gets icy and snowy. Spring is beautiful, but allergens, prepare your allergy meds. We have quick-moving storms, especially in the mountains. Every city here has a totally different vibe. You might know you want East Tennessee, but where in East Tennessee is the real question. Gatlinburg is rustic, charming, nostalgic, heavy short-term rental market. Pigeon Forge is an entertainment hub, and it's excellent for income properties. Sevierville, best for everyday living, Walmart, Target, restaurants. Wares Valley, it's peaceful, scenic, luxury cabins, incredible mountain views. Cosby is quiet, affordable, lots of land, great for privacy. And Newport, which is more budget friendly, and it's got a small town heart. Morristown, big box stores, larger city vibe. I always recommend spending a weekend exploring each town. You'll know when you find the one that feels like home. East Tennessee used to be 90% tourism service jobs, but not anymore. Remote workers are pouring in. Healthcare jobs are booming. Construction and trades are exploding because of the growth. Small business opportunities are huge in tourist areas. In the last year alone, I've met more remote workers from other states that have come here because they just love the area and they have the ability to work from home, so they can be here. East Tennessee is super veteran friendly. If you're a vet or buying with a VA loan, you will love it here. No state income tax, low property taxes, VA friendly lenders, strong veteran communities, VA hospitals in Knoxville and Johnson City, and tons of veteran discounts in the tourist areas. East Tennessee is not a place where people rush through life. People wave at you from their porch. Neighbors actually talk to each other. Sundays are slower, they're family focused. Local businesses are everywhere. Coffee shops, bakeries, diners. Outdoor life is a huge part of the culture. Hiking, fishing, boating, hunting. Southern hospitality isn't a slogan, it's how people really live here. If you're thinking about moving to East Tennessee, whether you're relocating, buying your first cabin, or selling a home in this market, reach out. I've helped thousands of families over the years, and I'd love to help you too. Just call or text me anytime or click the link in the description to schedule a Zoom. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos about living in Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Wares Valley, and all of East Tennessee. I'll see you in the next video.